Some days feel so long. Today was one of those days for me. It's late, I'm exhausted, but I promised myself I would do this. So here I am, showing up for my skin. This is my 4th session of at-home microneedling with Banish Starter Kit 3.0. I was actually supposed to do it last night, but honestly, I did not have the energy. I've decided to document this entire journey, not just the results at the end, but every little step, every session, so that if you're considering microneedling at home, you know exactly what to expect. The wins, the doubts, the healing days, all of it. Hey guys, this is Neha. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be taking you through my 4th at-home microneedling session, which in theory sounds pretty promising. It can help fade acne scars, improve uneven texture, smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, reduce hyperpigmentation or dark spots, and over time even boost collagen and skin elasticity. And these benefits aren't just marketing claims. Histological examination of skin treated with 4 microneedling sessions 1 month apart shows a 400% increase in collagen and elastin deposition at 6 months post-operative. According to the research published in StatPearls, that's a massive boost in proteins that keeps our skin firm and elastic. But my reason of doing these videos isn't to claim that this is some overnight miracle. It's not. I just want to track my own progress with fine lines and hyperpigmentation honestly, session by session, so I can look back and see if anything really changed, and maybe it will help you decide if it's something worth trying too. From my first session till now, I can already sense a small but meaningful shifts, not just in how my skin looks, but also how it reacts, how it heals, how I feel doing it. Even I see my technique has changed a little bit. That's one. Second, I'm getting used to the discomfort, likely more aware of how my skin behaves the next day, what to expect during healing, and when to just pause and let the skin rest. You know, with skincare, the formulation, all these cosmetic treatments, small progress might not go viral, but for me it's everything. Because when you're doing it as a real woman with real schedule and real responsibilities, every small improvement counts. And on that note, let's get into the session. After a long day, I began by washing my face and applying my own little mix of castor and almond oil. Microneedling takes time, around 10 to 12 minutes for me, so I like to start with something that's gentle yet nourishing. And here is why that matters for me. Right after cleansing, my skin tends to feel extremely dry if I don't moisturize immediately. Now imagine dry skin and hundreds of tiny needles pricking into it. Not a great combo. The first time I microneedled, however, I followed the brand's instruction exactly and did it on completely bare, dry skin. And I'll be honest, that was pretty uncomfortable. Now also I feel discomfort, but at least the feeling of dryness is not there, because the dryness made the pricking sensation way worse, and all I could think about the whole time was, when can I put my moisturizer on? This time though, I prepped better. After cleansing, I applied a light layer of oil to help manage the harshness. I used the 0.5 mm needle size, which is ideal for targeting texture, fine lines and pigmentation. The device also comes with 0.25 mm, which is gentler, and 1 mm, which is deeper penetration options depending on the area and concern. I always start with my smile lines. I find this area the least sensitive. It is sensitive but less sensitive than the other areas on my face, which helps me to ease into the process. Then I work my way around the lips, chin, and then back to the cheeks, temples and forehead, repeating the same steps on the other side too. I keep the under eye area for the last because frankly it hurts the most. Areas with thinner skin and less flesh, like the brow bone and forehead, also feel more intense, but under the eyes, definitely the most pricky. I typically stamp 3 to 5 times in each area, making sure not to overdo it. Once I'm done, I go in with the brand's vitamin C serum. It's a glycerin-based formulation, and while it feels beautifully hydrating, it also tingles a lot. And that's something I expected. The skin just has gone through micro trauma, and applying an active like vitamin C will naturally cause a reaction. That's also why I skipped this step during my first session, but the instructions do recommend using it, and since my last session I followed through. The tingling fades after a few minutes, like it's still there, but it is not so intense. Next, I layer their vitamin C cream on top and then seal everything in with my La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Baume B5+, which is incredibly calming and restorative. I'm learning with every session how my skin responds, what it needs, and how far can I push. And honestly, microneedling at home is highly cost effective, where an in-clinic treatment could cost up to $700. Here with this kit, you get 32 at-home sessions, which comes down to $7.5 per session, which is great. Also, studies show you get more out of your skincare products when you use them post your microneedling sessions. Now let's talk about the healing process. I don't think I have spoken about it in detail in any of my previous videos because that's a huge part of the journey which often gets skipped over. The day after microneedling, my skin feels totally fine to touch, but it tingles when I sweat. Whether I'm working out or just stepping outside into Panama's dense humidity, I can literally feel that subtle sting. It's not painful, but it's definitely noticeable. By day 2, that tingling sensation starts to fade, but it's still there in certain moments, especially when I'm applying skincare. As I glide products over my face, there is this strange but familiar sensation like the tiny wounds are drying as they heal. You don't see anything on the top layer of the skin, but it feels like that to touch. It reminds me how a regular cuts feel when it starts to scab, a microscopic version of that. Though nothing is visible on the skin, as I said, no flaking, no peeling, but that slight tightness, that feeling of the skin knitting itself back together, that's there. By day 3, things shift. My skin feels completely normal again. I'm able to return to my regular actives and I feel comfortable wearing makeup without any irritation or sensitivity. So while the healing is quiet and mostly beneath the surface, it's very real. And knowing what to expect helps you stay consistent and not panic during the process. If you've been considering microneedling, I hope this gave you a real, unfiltered look. Not just at the glow everyone talks about, but the actual process it takes to get there. Here is my updated skin check in after 4 sessions. Personally, I feel like the hyperpigmentation around my temples looks a little more faded than before. And speaking of the hyperpigmentation improvement, there is a solid research that backs it up. A study found that microneedling is an effective treatment for both acne scars and associated pigmentation in patients. This is especially relevant for us Indian women, as the study specifically looked at darker skin tones and found it safe and effective. I haven't seen a big shift yet in texture or fine lines yet, but let's see how things evolve with a few more sessions. If you're curious to try this yourself, my affiliate link is pinned in the description. You'll save $5 on the Banish Starter Kit or actually any product across their site. And with your purchase, you will get a $30 gift card which you can use on your next purchase. Do check them out. They have some beautiful formulations like the enzyme mask, the phytogel, and few others I've really enjoyed using. And that's all for today's video. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.